Good morning. Good morning. I was backwards. Good morning. So, I was kind of set up to do this outside, and then the gardener came and he started moving, blowing the leaves away. It was like too much for me. And I want to talk about headlines because yesterday, good morning, Tina. Yesterday, I was on a plane and I came home and I was reading the magazines on the plane. And the headlines were so amazing. The luxury of quiet time. And then there was an article about when you're on the plane, you're disconnected from technology and how to effectively use that time as a chance to have a conversation with yourself. And then there was like another article about not all pleasures have to be guilty ones. And every headline was better than the headline before, as looking at like intentionally the best side of everything. Or the headlines were drawing you into the worst side of life. And I think that you always have to make that choice of how are you going to headline that story, because it's all the story that we tell to ourselves in our head. So last night my daughter ran an amazing, spectacular, if I was going to write the headlines, another successful event by Stephanie Clemens. It was amazing. She raised money for Katie's art project, and to take another headline from this magazine, it took a village. She had so many people there that wanted to help her, that did help her, and they raised a lot of money for Katie's art project to help children with cancer meet artists and make a living expression and leave a legacy or create a legacy or create art to express what they were feeling. It was an amazing event on so many levels. But what was interesting to me is that somebody thought that I was the mother of people that were older than me, or the sister of my aunt that's in her 80s. And I was thinking to myself, oh my God, I came here so inspired. And am I going to make the story of tonight about people that thought that I was old, or people that thought that I was older than I was? Or am I going to keep the story and put the title on the story or the headline about how amazing it was that my daughter had this vision for her best friend who died of cancer and carried it out with a lot of hard work, a lot of effort, and a lot of passion to create this organization. And it's really interesting in the moment when somebody says, are you her mother? And you're thinking, no, I'm not her mother. She's in her 50s. How old do I look? And then I realized that it's unfortunate right now that I attach looking old as like this horrible curse or insult that somebody could say to you. I feel so lucky to be alive and so lucky that I survived cancer and that I have such a wonderful life. And it's so funny to me that one little comment about my age, and I get so insecure and I feel like, oh my God, I need to do something about this. And what I want to say tonight is the headline that you give your story every minute frames it and sorts it into the memory that you're going to store it under. So be careful what title you give it. Last night, my story is going to be the airline gods lined up. I got to the event on time. The event raised a lot of money. I met such interesting people, and I'm so proud of my daughter. And I need to stick with that headline rather than focus on the other headlines that we just talked about that right now are playing pretty strong in my head. So today, for the rest of the day, after you make up a story about something, which we all do, I want you to look at the headline that you give it. That's the emotional pull into the story. And are you going to make your emotional pull into the story a negative one? Or are you going to make your emotional pull into the story a more motivating, inspiring, bring you into the story and store it in a good place memory? It's up to you. Not easy to do, not easy to change the headline. But I'm going to tell you like a few headlines from yesterday that really hit me. The luxury of quiet time. Like our lives are so busy that when we first get quiet time, we don't even know what to do with it. The art of distinction. I think last night Katie's art project was all about finding your uniqueness and your own voice, and through art, that's what people were doing. I think we need to focus on the art of distinction of each one of us, of each one of our strengths. The next headline was create your own escape. I don't know, I talk about self-time all the time, and I think it's really important that we all create our own escape when things are getting really rough. The next headline described last night, it takes a village. And the next one was once in a lifetime experience. I think that creating a headline for your own stories is a new way to change your perspective so that we store them in a really great place. Have a really great day. Today is going to be my big getting back to life with all my emotional baggage that I'm bringing with me and sorting it out. I hope that you all have a really great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.